The MTA board meeting today for the first time since Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy called a request for $14 billion in federal funding outrageous. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett live this afternoon in Lower Manhattan with the latest. NJ?
Yeah, so what are you going to do about the Trump administration's threats to transit in New York City? That is the question MTA board members were asking their chairman here this morning amid serious questions about whether funding for transit is going to dry up. The transit system, of course, Sandra, depends on state and federal funding to keep the trains and the buses and the commuter rail lines running and to upgrade these aging systems. Well, crime in the transit system is now the lowest it's been since the pandemic, and the lowest it's been since the start of the pandemic, and it's trending lower so far this year. Hundreds of police officers are now deployed underground, and they're staffing every train in the overnight hours of deployment approved by Governor Hochul several months ago. So yes, the board was updated this morning on efforts to make the system safer, but what they heard is that felony assaults are up, and that number is being driven by assaults on police officers and transit workers. The crime numbers are especially important because Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is tying reductions in crime to federal funding. The felony assault statistics are troubling, no question about it, and the MTA's chief of security told the board officers are being assaulted while enforcing fare evasion and so-called quality of life offenses. You're going to hear from him in a moment. First, MTA Chairman Jan Oliver.
There are unique challenges, new challenges. I am concerned that felony assaults are up despite overall lower crime. But that is partly a result, understand this, it's partly a result of the increased enforcement that's taking place.
Contributing to the rise in felony assaults is the disturbing and unacceptable dramatic increase in the number of NYPD cops being assaulted, all while proactively patrolling the subway system, focusing on and enforcing fare evasion, quality of life offenses, amongst other offenses.
The MTA officials assured the board that they are preparing a response to the Trump administration in particular, and that overall they're proud of their efforts to drive down crime. We're live in Lower Manhattan, and Jay Burkett, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.